do it, how you did it, how you get it done. Is it passion, automatic, or you do it for fun? Every episode, it's full of knowledge and some game just to let you know you still out here making moves, even if it's slow. Don't worry about it, be on your way. Only God determine your fate. You gotta jump, just don't wait. This the fly guy, baby, and you know I'm on my way. Just tune in, you can catch a play when you listen to
these bars for breakfast on a weekday. Come and see who on the guest list. Crypto, credit, and real estate investments. Looking for some entrepreneurs to tell me just how you do it. These bars for breakfast on a weekday. Come and see who on the guest list. Crypto, credit, and real estate investments. Looking for some entrepreneurs to tell me just how you do it.
What's going on, everybody? It is your host, Freshie the Fly Guy, and we are on another episode of Bars for Breakfast. And I got my boy in the building with me to show love. Big Swiv in the building. Talk to him, man.
Yeah. It's me, the one and only.
Yo, listen, man. As you know, Bars for Breakfast is where we talk to entrepreneurs, musicians, artists, entertainers that are out here doing it on a high level. And it is a pleasure to have you in the building. Let me just let you know that right now. You hear me? Man, so, hey, the reason why I had to get you on this show is because I respect your craft. You know what I'm saying? I seen the video you did. I was like, yo, I didn't even know you was in the music, hard body.
Right.
You know what I mean? Caught me off guard. You know what I mean? Because we met through our ladies. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I worked at the same job. You know what I mean? So that's dope, man. So tell the people your story, man. How you got into everything. You know what I mean? Start back as far as you can go.
Oh, man, I got a good memory. My memory's so good, man. It go all the way back. Man, I'm pretty much into any and everything that you can name coming from something that comes from nothing.
Right.
I'm a young brother that come from down 48, down Starlight, out Bluff Road, one of the worst neighborhoods in Columbia, South Carolina. The struggle started back, man. We all grew up in a rough neighborhood, man. Me and my brothers, sisters, and cousins. Around the 80s, around that time, coming up, it was the crack era.
Right.
My mother was on crack, my father was on heroin, so it's been a tough road for me, but it's nothing I can't talk about. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me.
That's right.
I made it out.
That's right.
So, it's
Big Swiv.
Yeah.
Facts.
So, I started all the way back, man. We started back doing music, man. I would say probably about, I'm 38. Probably I was about 18, 17 years old. When I first got into it, I was always a music head because my uncle always used to play the music when it was time for us to come in the house.
So that was the cue.
Yeah. He was always bumping that old school music. So I'm a music baby, man. It goes all the way back.
Right.
But I started out when my cousin got killed riding the dirt field back out of Starlight. Me and my cousin Butterbean started out rapping. We ended up with Metro Records.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware of that.
Nah, so y'all started your own business?
We started with someone, but we started out as independent artists, jumping in with them. So we started with Metro Records, which was Big T. Had the Cola Boys. Blind Fury was on it.
Okay, I know Blind Fury. Yeah.
Jay Breezy. J.O.D.
Yeah.
Just go all the way back when most people around here wasn't even talking about rap.
Right.
So I was really in the streets. So I really wasn't considering myself a rapper or anything. I just, I was in tune to the music.
So let me ask you, being the fact, because a lot of people come up with that environment. My mom was on crack, my dad was on heroin as well, back and forth in the jail.
Alright.
I want to ask you, what was it like trying to transition from the streets into something more positive?
It was hell. It wasn't easy. Most people that I know that's been in the streets is still in the streets. And it's hard for them to get out, and I've helped a lot of brothers. I tried to help them get out of the streets, and the streets pulled them back in deeper because they're addicted to the fast, like they're addicted to the adrenaline. The robbing, the killing, that is just like normal to them. Most people just don't understand what the crossover. The crossover coming from illegal to legit is something like it's like a barely impossible mission.
Right. It looks tough. It looks tough.
Yeah, to the mind. Yeah. But I did it, man, and you can't pay me to go back. You can't pay me to go back. Because at the same time, that same $1,200, $100, $200 a day, I can go work for that without having to worry about looking over my shoulder and making about $1,000 or two grand a week.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, when you started going through those transitions in your life, you know what I'm saying? Did you have kids? Did you have a family yet? Like, how was that?
Man, I had my oldest, which is Jaquan, kind of woke me up. I was still out there thugging, still didn't care.
Right.
And he was the only one I had at the time, but what changed me was my woman. My woman, I never had a backbone to make me feel like, yo, it's possible.
Right.
Yeah, everything else. I go to jail, this happened here.
Right.
It go down here, it's just gonna go down.
Right.
Most people, but I played ball too. I stayed playing ball to try to be positive. But that can only do but so much for your mind frame.
That's right.
I was in the streets and doing things, but then I was exposable to the streets. Because I was always out playing ball or something, all the dirt shit I was doing.
Right.
I was just hoping it didn't kick back on me and my kids.
That's right. So when you say your woman changed you and brought you to another light, tell me about that. How did that work?
She was pregnant with my youngest son, and I was still in the streets. I was working at El Cheapo, but I was also slanging at El Cheapo.
Right.
This story, I really didn't, because I don't talk to people about my business, but it's over with.
Right.
I did it. So, I was slanging at El Cheapos, and, I was coming home one night, but I was still working there, so I had the keys.
Right.
Instead of me leaving the work and the guns at the job, locked up in the place, I'm riding home 1 o'clock in the morning in my car that got a broken tail light, an out tag, and
riding dirty.
Yeah, still in the mind frame.
Right.
So it's like I'm locking up, coming home. A good day. I didn't even have to do it. Got a book bag full of Glocks, a pill bottle full of about $400 full of crack, weed. Coming home, just so happened on the humbug, state trooper season. Tag light out, whips on me. I'm going home.
Right.
I know what's in the car with me, so I'm like, take this motherfucker.
Right.
We going straight to the house. So I called my wife because she's pregnant. She's probably been about 7 to 8 months. Drives all the way down to the house. He follows me. But he kept his lights on. So when he jumped out, I already know what's going on. My license suspended. I'm sitting on my license.
Right.
All that. I done called her and told her what it was. I said, come get the money because I know I'm going down.
Right.
She's like, no, look, you ain't finna run. You gonna sit there and we gonna get through this. I'm like, dude, you know what's in that bag?
Word.
Life, nigga. Yeah. I ain't gonna see that. Yeah, I'm running with my son. I ain't gonna see him probably until I'm dead and gone.
Right.
So she was like, don't run. So when she came downstairs, when the troop come, another troop came in front of me. Just so happened the dude went to school with her.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's the one who has to search the car.
Wow.
So the trooper said, man, I know if your license suspended, you fine, I'll let you go.
Right.
She said, he said, well, we got to search the car. My knees buckled.
I know what that feel like.
So she squeezed my hand. She said, you're not finna run.
Right.
I said, shit, you don't want to send that. Well, I can't sit here because I just can't do it. She said, man, I'm telling you. So she squeezed my hand tight. She was like, don't move. So the dude went in the car. The first thing he pulled out of the car was the book bag and threw it on top of the hood. And it sounded off like bum.
Oh man.
When it sounded off and hit bum, my eyes rolled in the back of my head, my knees buckled. I had the biggest sweat in my life.
Boy. Yeah.
So long story short, he threw the bag back in the car, searched the car, said clear. The other old trooper came at me and said, man, sir, I told you, if your license is good, you know what I'm saying, I give you a ticket, you go get your license and you'll be all right.
Right.
I got $20,000 sitting in the air freshener in the house, but I'm riding dirty.
Wow.
Just cause.
Right.
It's the life. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So as soon as I get in the house, I falls to my knees. She walks up to me, I hugs her belly. I say, man, this shit ain't for me.
That's right.
She said, I told you. She said, God giving you a chance. She said, giving you a chance.
Amen.
Since that day, that made me look at life totally different. And for all my kids and everything, and I'm apologize to them now because I never told my kids, but I always talk to my boys all the time that I apologize for my actions, but I stood up as a man and realized that street, what do I got to prove? You know what I'm saying? Earning it legitimately, I learned a way that was making more money for the streets, that I don't have to look over my shoulder and take those chances to jeopardize my child's life, their kids, and my wife.
You know, that's so dope, bro, because you know how many people would have ran? You know what I'm saying? Like, a wifey holding it snatched away from her
Let me
too.
get up out of here.
But that's fire, because it's like, it shows that God does be in the midst of stuff. You know what I mean? And I would call that an epiphany.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It's an epiphany. We know it's a lot of people out here that will have to go through danger that'll change their mind. Shot, hurt, in jail. You could have been in jail, like, you know what, this ain't for me. So that's fire. So what was once you got out of the life, what's the first
Well,
thing?
you know, I didn't just get out just like that. The tiptoeing around in, you know, the two-stepping in and out of life, you can't just get out of it.
Right.
So it took some time. I would say it took some years. But I ended up pulling out all the way. But I'm still one for them because I deal with people that still in it, but I don't go around them because I can't put myself in jeopardy as being a business owner now. Because guess what? The people that work for me and the people that's under my name are jeopardizing. Everything falls on me. I go just to hang out with my homeboys and some happen or somebody get killed and I'm there. I'm, you know what I'm saying, now conspiracy and all this. That f***s up my company. That f***s up everybody who work for me. That f***s up all the food on their table for their kids. So I can't get caught in those situations. So some people might feel, oh, he don't hang around, he don't come around like that no more. You know, when people feel like they can't touch you, they feel like you changed. I'm cool with that.
Let me ask you, so from going into that, you started your own business. Let's talk about that.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people with Bars for Breakfast, as y'all know, this is about entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So tell us how.
I'm that.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? Tell us how you did that. How you transitioned into entrepreneurship legally.
Yeah, coming from what we was talking about from the streets, transferring legally, the money that I had, man, we struggled for a minute. To me jumping around job to job, trying to find out my niche, trying to find out things. So what it was, one day I came home with a check and I put it on the table and my wife said, that ain't enough to pay your rent. That ain't enough to pay the light bill. You got to do something else. I said, well, I only know one thing.
Word.
She said, oh no, you ain't going back to that.
Right.
So I saved up enough money to where, you know, we go out, we spend money on clothes, shoes, and shit every day. But somehow I can just sit back and not spend money because I don't worry about me. I worry about my kids and my wife. Make sure everybody else happy. I was always that type of dude. So I saved up enough money to start up my business, start up my DOT, start up a number. So I started out helping my partner start off their moving business. And what that did was I ended up leaving my job and just stepping out on faith.
Right.
End up leaving my job and then putting money down on starting my DOT and everything while I was working with him.
How long you was at your job?
I contracted for 8 years, been in house 5.
Okay.
So I all I knew was contract work.
Right.
And work for myself. So I stepped out on faith on this one and it took off like a rocket. Right before the pandemic, I would say I started out trucking before 2 to 3 years before the pandemic. And I was running there off my own money. Right. No loans, no nothing. Right. You know, and that business escalated just off me and my wife. Right. I didn't have nobody to help me. When I reached out for help, I got slapped down by my own people. I got criticized by my closest cousins and friends.
And what that did for you though?
Motivated me.
Yeah.
The motivation gave me a roar that I couldn't get no more because my wife came to me. She said, "F them. You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody but yourself. And you got me." She said, "I'm your backbone. Now, put your goddamn hat on and pick your chin up."
You know, you sound just like her. You know what I'm saying? That's how she talk. Yo, big shout out to Cole. That's how she talk. You hear me?
Big shout out to Nikki.
You know what I'm saying?
Nicole Williams Haywood.
That's a fact. You hear me? Because that girl don't play. That's dope. So you got into the trucking thing. You said you helped your peoples out with their moving company. Tell us about that. What was that like?
It was like it was basically a grandfathering, building relationship type thing. Helping them out, stand on too, and they failed with their business. Actually, they had a business partnership with this other guy, and they let him partnership with their company. So out of 100%, it was two of them. They was probably getting 25% of their own company, but they're taking the faults and the hits. They gotta handle the guys.
The world of business, boy.
So I'm learning. Oh, this is a learning experience for me because I haven't started yet, but I'm building.
Right.
So at the same time, I'm building relationships. And my first contract started out with IKEA out of Charlotte. IKEA is a Swedish company that's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Right.
You know, up north, that's all it is. So at the time of the pandemic starting, everything is off the internet.
That's
so the trucking business is blowing.
Yeah.
But I'm already in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Got your feet wet.
Feet wet.
Yeah. So when you transition from helping them, like, tell me what it was like when you started doing your own thing.
I started falling at first because I didn't have learning it. Still, when you're learning something, you are actually just trying to find your grit. So you don't know it, but you studying it, and as you go along, things come from the sideways and hit you. So at the same time, I'm lucky I had a woman that was book smart.
Right.
You know, that was on my back about being legit because all I knew was shortcuts. You know.
Right.
And you know, just man, I'm impatient, so I want to get to it and get it done. But she kind of slowed me down. Like, look, you got to do this, you got to do that, and if you don't, you're not gonna make it. You're gonna fall.
Right.
So when you fall, I'm gonna be right there, but I'm gonna tell you I told you so.
Right.
So I pick my head up and my focus, and I grind it out. So when they fell, we was headed to do across overseas to Aruba for my honeymoon.
Right.
So I done spent all this money on that. I done spent this money on the fitness. I got all this stuff. So everything's set.
Right.
But they hit me while we're overseas in Aruba. So I don't have a phone and nothing I can't call. But my workers, I had everybody already set before I left.
Right.
But I paid for everything too early. So I paid up the insurance. I paid up the truck, the rental fee. So they like, okay, well, you ain't ready to run now because you need this and that done with insurance. Now you got to switch insurance companies. So I had to switch insurance companies. So the money that I had saved up for me, hustling and putting aside to start this business and everything set aside, went down the drain just like that.
Man.
12 grand off the rip. I lost out on 12 grand just trying to start the business up. But I got the contract.
Right.
So luckily I had people that understood that, okay, well, this is young brother. Well, we ain't moving nobody else in this spot because I built the relationships with the guys as I was working with them.
Right.
And they was like, okay, well, we gonna hold your spot. Nobody can take your spot. Because you've been working with us for a minute and you know the ropes. You just got to get this going. But we see you got this going, but you just don't have the right insurance. So as I'm on my honeymoon, I can't enjoy my honeymoon because I'm thinking business.
Right.
I'm thinking about when I get back, what I got to do. I got to track run this.
Right.
Because I got to run it up. And ain't nobody going to run your business like you going to run it.
That's a fact.
Nobody's going to float that boat like you going to run it.
That's a fact.
So, you know, luckily I gave my guys advance before I left. They wasn't even working. I pulled money out my my safe and gave them a couple dollars to pay their bills while I'm off on my honeymoon for when I come back. Let them know we running. They stuck with me the whole time.
That's big time right there to secure your peoples. Now I want to ask you something.
That's the A1.
Yeah,
always.
I want to ask you this, right? Because the information that you obtain being in the streets, people don't understand how much of that applies to crossing over. You know what I mean? It's so many things that you learned out there that you're able to implement more on a positive level to secure you. You know what I'm saying? So tell me some of the things that from the street you were able to keep and retain and use to build your business.
The hustle, the ambition, the motivation, the focus, and watching so many times how people fall, they mistakes. Even if somebody is in your life to show you what you shouldn't do, that's a lesson. That's motivation to you. So you can see somebody fall off a rock. You know that you ain't going that way because the way he took that path, you can fall too. Right. So you created a better route for yourself. So those things you learn from the streets that most people ain't tuned to. You might have a book smart person that's not street smart.
Right.
And you have a street smart person that's not book smart.
Right.
So and a wise man always told me, old head always told me, a smart man can play dumb, but a dumb man can't play smart.
That's a fact though. That's a fact though. Yeah, it's hard to play smart.
Right.
You know, you might try to use big words, but eventually, you know, that card gonna get pulled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got your trucks going on now. You got your business built, man. Like, big shout out to you. Listen, let me let the audience know, man.
Right.
You and your wife helped me get my first truck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta send you much love for that because
Always.
I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when y'all stepped into my life and brought that to me, it changed my life in a major way. So big shout out to y'all for that. But let me ask you, so being an entrepreneur, being a dad, raising a family, how you blend that in with your music career?
I don't stop. I can't sit still. My wife had always talked to me about, you always doing this and you doing that. When you find time for yourself or buy yourself something. And my thing, I always think about people before myself. That was my biggest problem, I would say. I wouldn't say the problem was ambition or it's my motivation. So
that's the name of your track. I just heard about it.
Big shout out to Shane. Big shout out to Pistol. Big shout out to my partner LB, man. It's big. I'm into. We got the podcast going on. I got the music going on. I always been in music, never stopped, because I believe that nobody will respect you in the music game if you just stop and then say you want to start back. Me personally, if I'm gonna invest in somebody or I'm gonna support them, you can't tell me that you took time off and come back. Because if we trying to go somewhere trying to feed our families, ain't no breaks.
Right.
So I figured one of my partners, when I was pushing Skip had some things going on with him personally. I guess whatever he did, he stopped rapping for a while, which was the biggest artist that I've been dedicated to, loyalty, which is still my brother. Shout out to Skip. He had the best work ethic I ever seen. But I never stopped with the music. I was always promoting, renting out clubs, throwing parties, or I had other artists that I had ties to. So mostly, because I first started out with Metro Records, and then I ended up getting my own record label. Me and B-How had Famish Entertainment. Famish Entertainment birthed a lot of producers and rappers in the city. Okay. So one of the biggest ones, Chill Go Hard. B-How was my partner / producer / engineer. All that. Chris Dye was a part of it. This happened years back. So this how many years we got in it? Probably about 17 years. Okay. Buddy Bean was one of the hardest ones. We had Block on the label. I was an artist / I was a promoter. I was the one that rent out the clubs. I go buy all my boys' outfits and J's. Everybody look clean. Right. They come in. No, don't pay for nothing, and we promote them. I book other artists in the city, but my team they performing and promoting themselves at the same time. Only thing they got to do is show up and show they want to grind.
Yeah, man, that's dope though, to have the whole squad pull up, everybody fresh, booking other artists. Sometimes I think people don't understand the type of investment it takes to be successful. Right. You know what I'm saying? And outside of money, what else do you think a person needs to be successful in any space of entrepreneurship?
You got to have a work ethic, a great work ethic. You got to be able to do what others ain't. You can't sit back and just feel like it's gonna fall in your lap, or you the best rapper, or you the hardest, or you feel like my homeboys hype me up, so I'm that. Right. When you go outside that box or in other, cities, they show love. But they're gonna give you that criticizing that you need really direct, because you don't know them, they don't know you. Right. So your homeboy's gonna say that because they're your homeboy. Right. Your homegirl gonna say that, your homegirl, your brothers and sisters gonna say that. But you gotta understand that it's an outside world of grinding. You don't just feel like it's owed to you. You gotta earn it. And most artists don't realize that. A lot of people look at me as an artist. And because a lot of artists show me love and a lot of club promoters and owners show me love, but I've been in this for a while. Right. And I earned my respect and love. It wasn't given to me. Facts. So when they see me or they say, "Oh, Swiv, what we do," and they see me in different places that other people ain't, or see certain people show me love, it's because I earned it. Right. I've been grinding for a long time and never gave up. So a lot of my people did. A lot of people switched up on me. A lot of people, went the other way. But, I just remained me.
So right now, I know you got music all over the place. Tell the people where they can find your music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your social media handle so that they can get in tune and follow the big Swiv. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Talk to them.
Hey, man, every social platform of mine is SwivGot. That's SWIVGOT. From Twitter to TikTok, Instagram, so email, you go find me, everything's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Facebook. You can find my music on the platforms, Apple, any so internet access you got. But mainly, I got a lot of artists that I promote and push. Also, LB the CEO, one of them, Chris Daddy King, Double Lane Shane. You know, those are just a few that I still deal with. I got a lot of guys that still put out videos. YouTube, you can find them. Lil Skip, man, pretty much anything y'all see on those boys, or I had something to do with, I'm involved with, that I deal with personally. You know, Huncho, I had a Triple G movement, I'm part of that, you know what I'm saying, know my brothers, my cousins for life, no question, man. Give and Take, you know what I'm saying, that's me and Lil Skip, you know what I'm saying, Mason ENT, that's LB, you know what I'm saying, Omni Empire, that's Chris Style, I'm involved with all that, you know, so also Trucking,
let's go,
hey with it,
hey, let's go,
CEO, you know what I'm saying, that's me,
facts,
and the wifey.
facts,
You know, Lioness Investments, that's the wifey, you know what I'm saying? Real estate, you know, all that, man. I just got my hands full with a lot of stuff. So when y'all see me, you know what I'm saying, it's genuine. We speak about it, or you can reach out to me at any time, man. I'm open to anything with my motivational quotes and speaks that I speak every day.
Big facts, man. You know, I respect your craft. I respect everything you're doing for the community right now. I seen you with the kids playing ball, man.
That's what
What's
I
good?
do.
That's your team?
That's what I do.
That's the team?
Yeah,
That's what's
man.
up.
I get it in, man.
That's
And
what's
listen, man, y'all don't call me out, and it can't stand on. A lot of hoopers in the city know who I am, man. They know who I am. They know what's going on with me now.
Right. So listen, what new music you got out right now that they could go tap into right now?
Right now, the new music is what I have. I have the All Out of Favors. That's on all platforms. You can go find that, Google that anywhere. I got some singles. There's a new EP coming out with LB the CEO. It's 5 hot joints. One of the hot songs is called Pressure, man. It's really gonna touch some nerves, man. Believe that. And also, man, Star. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get it out the mud, man. Reach out to me. See, I'm always posting content. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna always see what I got going on. And you know, I got people around me that I have a whole team also. So the No Cut podcast is coming up, man. It's finna touch y'all ways, man. And you know you got to show up there. Man.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
It's all love.
For sure, man. One thing about our community is that we don't do that enough. You know what I mean? Support one another. You know what I mean? When I reached out to you, like, yo, pull up for Bars for Breakfast.
No
you was like,
question.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
Absolutely. Yeah, you was here before me. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you for that, man. Real talk. So normally what we do is we put something on and throw a little performance on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you can use one of your beats and let the people hear it sound.
Man, you could pull up whatever.
Whatever. Alright, so let's see what we got in the archive.
NY to the SC. Hey, what that mean? Hey, big chicks for the whole team. Yeah, I ain't asking no questions, I tell it like it is. I ain't flexing my boy, I tell it like it is. I point it out to you, you can take it in. I'ma give motivation to your whole crew. Ask them what it really do. Making sense or make moves. I'm really about to check, nigga. And you really about to flex, nigga. Hey, ask me what the business though. Yeah, I had a dream and I sold it though. Made some money though. All my money schemes. Then I left the streets. You know what I mean? I ain't flexing for them niggas though. I'm only flexing to the bank, ho. You can say what you want though. I'm really about that bread though.
Let's go.
That money, nigga. I ain't asking to get it in, nigga. Yeah, that money isn't me. It's gonna lift me up and make me 4 degrees cold.
Damn, dude, you killed it, bro.
Muzzy made this. Yeah, Crystal. Motivation for the streets. Motivation for the streets and for their hearts. I swore to grind for my people so they wouldn't have it hard. It's a lot that I done seen, I kept it smart. Dedicated to making it up, taking this so far. Stacking paper after paper, even digital. I get it all. From me online worldwide to see me physical. They know I'm gon' repay my individual. I do that always. Sexual chocolate, feeling invincible. Motivating your spiritual. Flying in straight from the cat. Chris style jumping from the racks. Know my pockets really finna swell. So I might might as well bring it back. Carolina is the place, I grew my phase. I saw this world and got a taste. Know I wanted my own plate and found a way. And now I stay, SC domain. You know you looking at the king, and I ain't bragging by the way. Now if you were down, then step up and get your mind right. And when you come out, look like a star, make sure your shine bright. And if they don't like it, don't matter, cause you gon' be alright. MHA, street hero, just call me all mine. Motivation for the streets and for their hearts. I swore to grind for my people so they wouldn't have it hard. It's a lot that I done seen, I kept it smart. Dedicated to making it up, taking this so far. Stacking paper after paper, even digital. I get it always. From me online, worldwide, to see me physically. They know I'm gon' repay my individual. I do that always. Sexual chocolate, feeling invincible. Motivating your spirit.
Coming live from the motherfucking trap. Double up that motherfucking set. Came from the bottom, bitch was hell. The closer I get, man, the closer I came to feel. Man, fuck these niggas, gon' lay them down and get their mind right. Acting like bitches, gon' grab them sticks and have that iron fight. One up, nigga, I beat the streets and bust that turnpike. Stack these digits, motivation, I give it real life. Seen it first class, man, my nigga, he took his dog life. Fuck these bitches, ain't no loyalty up in the street life. To you, young nigga, keep it smart and walk light. Give you the game and fuck the fame, you gon' shine bright.
Motivation for the streets and for their hearts. I swore to grind for my people so they wouldn't have it hard. It's a lot that I done seen, I kept it smart. Dedicated to making it up, taking this so far. Stacking paper after paper, even digital. I get it always. From me online, worldwide, to see me physically. They know I'm gon' repay my individual. I do that always. Sexual chocolate, feeling invincible. Motivating your spirit.
I done seen it all. From the ghetto street to Project Hall. Some niggas fall to they fall, some just can't stand tall. Hair on a balloon ball, pirate jaw full of roll. They only know what you show when you don't say what you saw. I been being my brother keeper and holding down all my people. The definition of solid, I'm rocking hot out of beaker. I do it for all the thugs who ain't never had shit. Put it on everything I love, I'ma make it happen. We gon' hustle and motivate, salute the Nipsey the Great. Fuck the suckers, I know they hating, we gon' pick up the pace. See, I ain't scared to take a loss, I put it all on the line. You afraid to pay the cost, but you want all of the shine.
Motivation for the streets and for their hearts. I swore to grind for my people so they wouldn't have it hard. It's a lot that I done seen, I kept it smart. Dedicated to making it up, taking this so far. Stacking paper after paper, even digital. I get it always. From me online, worldwide, to see me physically. They know I'm gon' repay my individual. I do that always. Sexual chocolate, feeling invincible. Motivating your spiritual.